Welcome to the program. I'm Chris O'Brien. Those stories shortly, but first, former federal Liberal MP Mal Brough famously declared that he would not join the LNP, the merger of the Liberals and Nationals in Queensland. That was 2.5 years ago. But time moves on and Mr Brough wants another tilt at a Sunshine Coast federal seat, so he's applied to join the party he once criticised. There's only one hurdle: not everyone in the LNP wants him. Even the state parliamentary leader says he'll have to apologise first. I spoke to Mr Brough earlier today. Mal Brough, welcome to Stateline.
Thanks, Chris.
Your words on the day of the merger were categorical. No, I will not be joining the LNP. What's changed?
Well, Chris, a lot's changed, and a lot's changed for the better. Unfortunately, at the time, which was a very challenging time when the Liberal and National Party came together, is that there were elements within the Liberal Party, and let me be very sure about that, the Liberal Party, who were not acting in the best interests of a merger or of the Liberal Party. They were in fact being dishonest with the executive, and that's why at the 11th hour the executive of the Liberal Party voted to actually delay the process, because they felt that they had been lied to by those who they'd put trust in. Many of those people have now been either expelled or suspended from the LNP, and of course I haven't been party to any of that, so it's been without any influence from me. And others have even seen fit to go and join other political parties. These were people who were at the heart of what I believe was undermining what could have been the best amalgamation at the time. I think it resulted in the fact that the LNP could well have been in government in Queensland at the last election if that had been more successful at the time, and that has been the consequence that Queensland's been the loser.
Were your comments at the time misinterpreted?
I think what was misinterpreted at the time was, and if you go back through many of the transcripts, from the moment that I stood in front of the Liberal Party membership to seek their support to become what turned out to be the last Liberal president, pardon me, is I stated unequivocally in front of that group that I was for an amalgamation. But if you listen to the press, because of backgrounding and dishonest backgrounding by other members of the Liberal Party, many of whom I say have now been suspended or expelled from the current LNP, you would have sworn blue that I was actually opposed to an amalgamation. I was trying to get an amalgamation that I felt would be in the best interest of Queensland, non-Labor side of politics. And I don't in any way recant from what I did then.
Are you happy to front the LNP and explain what you said?
Yeah, absolutely. I respect the processes. I respect the right of the executive to hear and ask questions. That's right and proper, and if that's what they seek to do, then I would be only too willing and, in fact, quite happy to sit and take the questions and explain in full detail the sort of things that have occurred behind closed doors, because that's where they should remain, behind closed doors.
Do you sincerely believe the merger has worked? Do you believe in the LNP? Or are you being pragmatic and accepting it's where you need to be to run for a seat?
Look, it's a good question, because this is the sort of question I would expect the members of the executive to ask. I have sat on the sideline for 3 years. I have been critical. I have observed, and I believe that the leadership of the LNP has taken incredible strides to rid itself of the elements which are so destructive. They've basically brought the Liberal Party to its knees. I feel that the LNP has a lot to offer Queensland, and Queensland deserves and demands there to be an opposition that can be the government. It's because I believe in what it stands for, its political ideology, and the steps it's taken internally, that I feel that I can step forward and put myself forward. Now, it's up to those people to decide whether or not they want me back. I respect that. I respect their decision, and I'll abide by the decision.
Does everyone in the LNP want you back?
Oh, hell no. Of course not. I mean, I have an overwhelming number of people that have wished me well and do want me back. But of course there are people there who, some I think for genuine reasons of what they heard in the press but didn't get the full story, but others simply because they were party to what occurred at the time and really don't want me back in the fold because they didn't want me to be the party president in the first place. Some of those people still are only interested in what is right for them. And that is why I think that some of them are really quite beside themselves that I've taken this step.
Is your focus entirely federal? Do you have any opinion about how the LNP is performing at a state level?
If I can actually help at a state level, just from the political experience that I've had, in government in many different portfolios, and successfully hanging on to a marginal seat 4 out of 5 times, then I would be only too willing to do that. if requested and if it was something that people felt I could add to.
Just to be clear, you don't mean as a state MP?
Look, let me make it clear is that I have no political aspirations at a state level. I guess the things that have exercised my mind and that still concern me are the issues that cross the country. And so if I go back into federal parliament, or go back into parliament would be federally.
Mal Brough, thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Good to be with you.